SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information.
Hi, welcome to World Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Natalie Rydström. The World Cup 2014 qualifiers continues this weekend, and joining me now to give her expert betting advice is SBRForum contributor and sports writer Nila Amerova. Nila, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Natalie. Nice to see you again.
Now, taking place on Friday is Germany versus Austria. Germany can secure their place in the World Cup by netting 6 points by winning their next 2 games, but are without the services of injured Bastian Schweinsteiger, Mario Götze and Ilkay Gundogan. Germany is nevertheless a sizable favourite against Austria, currently offered at minus 500, odds courtesy of Bet365, whilst Austria is a ginormous 14-1, and even the draw is a relatively long shot at 7-1. Now, how do you see this match playing out?
I think I'm going with the bookies where this match is concerned. Even without the services of the 3 players that you mentioned, Germany is a very deep team, full of talent, and especially now that this match is being played on home turf in Munich at the Allianz Arena. Germany is going to be really tough to beat, so I really see a Germany win in this match. I think Austria, they're a great team, and I think in terms of sort of the improvements that they've shown on the world stage, and the fact that they're even second in the Europe group qualifiers is quite a testament of their improvement and growth. But I think they'll be really hard pressed to beat Germany in Munich. So I really see Germany coming through this match with all 3 points intact.
Okay, now for players who aren't overly keen on laying too many dollars on the favourite, there are dozens of other markets being offered by online sportsbooks on all of these qualifier games. A popular one is exact scores. For example, Germany to win 2-0 pays 7-1. Now, is this a market that you think offers value, or would you say it's a brave man's bet to predict the correct score?
It is definitely a brave man's bet to predict the score. I think that is probably one of the most difficult things to predict, short of a crystal ball. You can't ever predict it correctly, so it's always going to be a guesstimate, and you'll be lucky sometimes and it'll come through, and other times it won't. I mean, those are and that's why the odds, I think, are quite generous on a lot of the score betting markets. It's because it's just one of those bets that is quite difficult. But that is no reason not to take a stab at it. Why not? But if for those that sort of, I would say, the more faint-hearted bettor, the safer options would be to go and bet on the handicap, like Germany to cover by 2 goals, for example. I think is going for a plus 120 at Bet365. So if you feel that it's going to be a strong performance by Germany and they're going to win convincingly, then you can find a handicap odd that maybe sort of corresponds to a score that you like or that you think is going to be the end result, and maybe go the safer way and just bet on either side to either cover the handicap.
Yeah. Now, any feeling on the number of corners in the game? Bet365 current line is even money for over 11 corners in the game, with the under at plus 105 and exactly 11 at a considerable 7.5-1. Again,
with the corners, I think it's one of those tougher markets to predict how many corners you're going to have, same as the score betting market. But 11 corners for combined on both ends sounds like a good. I think getting over that number is definitely possible. I would go with the over for that one.
Now, we've discussed the sort of the tougher bets, the brave man's bets, as it were. But for the more conservative bettor who's looking for that value pick there, what would you suggest? What's your pick for this match?
Well, I've put some thought into this. I think everybody loves an underdog story, and I think Austria is a good team, and the romantic bet would be to bet on the underdog, Austria coming away with a win. And like I said, they are a good team. They did play Germany really well when they met in Vienna, and they only lost 2-1. But that was home ground advantage for them. This is home ground advantage for Germany. So, I mean, the conservative bettor, you're going to go with a Germany win, but you're not going to make a lot of money on that one. So the other options that I really liked in this match, I think both teams, Austria and Germany, have a lot of firepower. They boast a lot of firepower. There's a lot of players that can score. So I do like an over 2.5 bet at this on this match. The goal tally to go over 2.5, and I think you can find that at Bet365 for minus 300. The other bets that I really like in terms of prop market bets, the double result. Germany to win both halves, I think, is a good play here, and that I think is hovering around minus 200. And I think Germany, because being at home, will definitely capitalize on that home advantage and put a strong performance and win both halves. The one that I like, and if you're leaning towards Austria to do something, I think Austria is good enough to really give Germany a run for their money in this match. So I really see Austria scoring. So any bets that deal with both teams scoring, handicap bets would be good bets. And the one player that I really like, if you want to go for a score, to pick a player that will score, the Austrian player David Alaba, who plays for Bayern Munich. He's familiar with the Alliance Arena and who scored pretty much in 4 or 5 Austria's matches so far in the World Qualifiers. I think he's a good bet to score any time, and I think that you can find a plus 700 at bet 365. So these are just some ideas, I think, for conservative bettors. They're not too risky. I think they're pretty good bets.
Wonderful, Nila. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me, Natalie.